Hey guys, what's up? As you can see, the background is a little different because we're just going to have a nice little video that is more low-key, where I'm just going to do a little bit of a rambling session about Love is Blind because it feels appropriate for the channel. And y'all, Love is blind and love is work, but it should not be this hard. Okay, listen, we gonna get into it. Let's go. Okay, first one up is Dave. Here's the picture of Dave. You can already tell looks like a disaster, and not because he looks bad. You can just see it's giving very strong F-boy energy. Here's a snippet of how he was in those rooms.
How old are you?
I'm 30.
Okay, so you're no longer attractive.
Oh my god.
Now you meet, and before that, he'd be like, oh, what's your problem? Why are you, like, being single is a problem, especially at your age. I'm like, then bitch, why are you here? Like, you don't get to just dictate how, oh, well, you're a problem because you're here, but I'm not a problem. And like, he was trying to be jokey with it, but I'm like, there's truth behind that joke. You believe what you're saying, and it's very inappropriate and weird and stupid. And the thing that pissed me off the most, and I'm a girl, I love my girls. As soon as you saw that video? As soon as he said that to me, 30, so you're not attractive anymore, I'm like, have a good night. The fact, and the girl, if I remember correctly, she's like, was that Lauren? I think. She's like, is this the first date I walk out on? And her mistake was not walking out. Because how you give that man a chance? First of all, how he got away with doing that. Some people want to choose disaster. You know what? And you gotta let them. Yikes. Yikes. It's like when someone shows you who they are, believe them. He was showing y'all, and two girls. It was like, okay. Trying to find love. Hot take. I think that Love is Blind from now on should have 2 professional actors, 1 male, 1 female, and they are going to be the people. They're like, we're gonna send in 1 toxic person for each of these groups, and they're going to give you all the red flags, and if you choose them, you're going home. And it sounds mean and like, oh, they're coming there for love. If you can't look at someone and they're giving you flat, they're doing a dance. They are the color guard, flipping and twirling and all that jazz. You seeing all that, and you're still like, I think I should give them a chance. You know, you deserve to go home. You deserve to go home, and then you need to go to, you need to get committed. It surely is not that serious. But you need to do some work. Like, if you were on Love is Blind and you accidentally picked the imposter, this is Among Us now. You just need to get sent home and get some therapy, because, and I think it shouldn't be like oh, they were subtle. I want the big red flags, because someone's still gonna pick them. Remember Matt from that last season? I think his name was Matt. Crazy. Oh, it wasn't last season. It might have been the season before. It was the one with AD and is it Marcus or Malcolm? Anyway, it's not important. Dave is making it far, and no one knows why. Continuing on, next person I want to point out is Meg. Now, I was like doing this video, and I'm like, I want to point out 3 people, and then they were all going to be disasters. And I said, you know what? Let's do small, medium, large in terms of like, no, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We'll do one of those. The bad was certainly Dave. The good is Meg. Meg, when she was confronted with the situation where she's like, oh, if I were to, I know you picked someone else. So basically, she was talking to Mason, very attractive man. And he basically picked someone else and dumped her. And then when the girl picked someone else, he tried to come back to her and was trying to gaslight her and making her, was he trying to gaslight? I think it may or may not have been gaslighting. He was just trying to make her believe that when he said he wasn't committed to her, that it wasn't what it seemed. And she said, I don't think I can get over this. And it would be like basically a betrayal to herself. So she's actually just better off going home than trying to mend something with him. That she knew where she stood. it really does seem like she came here for love. Like, that opportunity presented itself, and she was just like, no, like, if I were to do this is a lowering of myself. And, like, sure, it doesn't mean you can't reconcile with people. Sometimes it's not the right time. And also, being the pod, talking to a bunch of people, sometimes you can get confused. That's all in it. It doesn't mean that he didn't have feelings for her. I don't think he did. Or, like, they weren't that significant, I should say. But she was still like, I'm choosing me, because I also don't think that I can go into this relationship and be able to move past this. And that's key too. Like, especially when I talk about forgiveness and moving forward, like, I'm all for forgiveness. And if you want to move forward, sometimes I'm like, I'm going to forgive you, but we're no longer going to be friends, right? Like, that's just the situation. Sometimes you forgive and it's more attuned to, okay, we're going to move forward, but we're redefining the relationship or what this looks like. Sometimes you need to be able to look at a situation and say, like, it actually doesn't make sense to do that, because I don't think there is moving forward. I think we forgive to move on and heal. And, like, I hear you and I know that you're sorry about it, but I think that we just have to wash our hands. And it takes a lot of maturity to be able to recognize the situations that call for that. Yeah, so shout out to Meg. Last person is Alex. So Alex is good friends with Mason, the guy I just talked about. And basically Alex is with the girl, Madison, who Mason was trying to be with. But Madison ended up picking Alex instead of Mason. Men are so... I cannot, for the life of me, understand what was running through Alex's mind when he had this conversation with her. Because basically Madison comes into the pod and she basically wants to talk to Alex. Probably just wanted to catch up, one, but two, talk about the Mason drama, because they just heard that homegirl Meg was like not gonna be with Mason. So it was like, oh my gosh, did you hear this? Because he was trying to play the game and he was lying to their face. Or playing behind their back, basically. And so she goes to tell him, and then here's a small clip.
What?
I think I'm just a very understanding person.
So first of all, I see his side, I see your side too. Like, Mr. Straddle the Fence, this ain't what it is. First of all, the person you're with, you're like discrediting, you're discrediting the person that you're with, who also has history with this Mason guy, in which she's actually involved in the situation, right? Because technically it was like her, Meg, and then Mason. So she was involved in the situation. She's allowed to have a certain specific opinion about it. And while that's like maybe your boy and you're like friends with him, like you try to see his side. His side was that he picked someone. She was like, I don't want to do this anymore with you because you don't make sense. And rightfully so. And so you should be like, well, I'm glad you made the right choice. And he's almost makes it feel like, well, she shouldn't have talked to Meg about it. I'm like, no, she should let her friend know, or she should let the other woman know everything so she actually can make an informed decision, unlike what Mason was trying to do, which was trying to like connive his way back into the situation. What he did wasn't right. I don't know what this whole thing of like, I see both sides. I'm like, what do you mean you see both sides? He messed up. Also, there's alleged tea that like, there was a couple girls in Minneapolis that he has dated and has treated like very badly. This one influencer made a whole video about like, I'm tired of these like really shitty men getting platforms. And it's really lining up to being her and Mason. And if you're watching some of the later episodes, like after episode 6, so like 7, 8, 9, the girl that Mason's with ends up like saying, I have a concern about this. We'll see how that turns out. I don't know. But it's just like, well, why are you riding for this man? I said, do you want to be with Mason? I said, he's cute. He ain't that cute. Like, I don't understand what ran through his mind that he thought he needed to defend his friend to the girl that left him. Like, what do you gain from that? Like, I'll tell you what he gained. He gained breakup. All for riding for this man who made a mistake that you didn't even have to get involved with. And that's the thing that kills me. I'm like, all you have to do is keep your mouth shut. He dug his own grave, and you were like, don't worry, bro, I got you. And you jumped right in that plot. Guess what? Mason's still on the show. He's still with someone. What was it for, Alex? What was it for? Crazy. Stupid. Whew. All right, friends. So that was just some of my hot takes for Love is Blind. Yeah, maybe I'll have a more informal video once the other episodes come out after like episode 9 and stuff like that, or if I think of anything from 6, 7, 8, 9 that I want to talk about. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment. Love you.